everyone, and welcome to episode 66 of United City Randomiser. If you weren't with me last episode, it's worth going back to it. It was our Season 7 introduction episode. So we looked at our pre-season form, which was very good, and the first couple of games into the Bundesliga, which also went very well. We talked a little bit about the expectation of our board throughout the competitions that we're in, and also a bit about my own expectations for what I want to achieve this season. And then we talked a little bit about our summer transfer window, and that was actually pretty good. I was very happy with how it all went. And so it gives you a clear picture of who's come into the club, who's gone out the club, and where we're at. So if you haven't seen it, it's worth going back and having a view of it before we move on into Season 7. But for today, it is an opportunity to play a first game in the Bundesliga in the episodes for this season. And it's a decent game against Bayer Leverkusen. They are notoriously, they've been in the top sort of 3 or 4 most years, I would suggest, that we've been playing this game, and they're always tricky opponents. We've had a very good start to the season. If we go and have a look at our fixture list, you can see we've played 2 games so far, won them both against Bochum and Schalke was a very hard team to play, which leaves us top of the table. Leverkusen are currently sitting in 5th. A couple of points behind us, and so if we were to get a decent win today over a very good opponent, that would really cement a very good start for us. But they are going to be difficult. Let's go in and check out what the team will be for today. We're going to be going all out as much as is possible in terms of our first team 11. We've got a couple of little injuries, but I think they're both able to play a part of the game, if not all of it. So we're going to leave them in. Schweiger has taken a bit more of a knock, so he won't be there. And Bischler also is injured and not available at the moment. But other than that, everybody else is fit. If I just rearrange this slightly, you can see the ratings are pretty high, and the ratings of these players are higher because they played in the cup game, which we won like 6-0 the first round of the cup game, which is why they've got some decent ratings. But this is our settled first 11, or what I hope to be our settled first 11, should I say, that will take on most of the big guys and see if they can actually get some decent results against some of the bigger teams in the Bundesliga. So yes, today's team is Kabul in goal, Breyer at right back, Lenhoff at left back, Denilson and Horatio in central defence, Gomez as the deep-lying playmaker, Siflidis as the support central midfielder, Gravenberch as the attacking Metzala, Gundogdu on the wide right, Abando on the left, and Shad up front, with the bench of Gimba and DeMarco Saiki, Mount, Wilson, Meyer and Petrella. So yeah, everybody's fit-ish and able to play in terms of our first 11. Things are going very well at the very beginning of Season 7. Can we continue that today? So let's get into today's game and see what happens. So in terms of challenging them to pick up where they left off, which is our assistant manager's recommendation for the team talk, I am going to let him do that. I'm going to hand it over to him. Didn't quite get the response I was hoping for, so let's go positively in and say, I think there's a lot more to come from you. Just try and G them up a little bit, make them realise that we've got to go out there and actually perform well today. That's done a bit of making them happy and motivated, so that's good. So we're at home, which is a positive in terms of against a really good opponent. So yeah, let's see how we get on today. So we're in our purple and Leverkusen are in the black. I hope that we can dominate the possession a little bit and see if we can sort of stamp our game on them. Here we go for a free kick on the side, and it was a decent opportunity, although the header was quite wide of the goal and didn't quite get it on target. And yeah, a decent highlight, but unfortunate on the finish. It was just sent a little bit too wide, wasn't it? Here we go again, a free kick on the edge of the box for Gravenberch, and lovely strike by Gravenberch. He's really come into his own in the last season or so. Really started to sort of stamp himself on the way that we play and the style of play that we have, etc. So very happy with that. And what sort of celebration was that, though? Some sort of weird rolling on the spot celebration. A free kick for them, which goes slightly over the top of the bar. I think the goalkeeper had it covered, but that was an obvious opportunity for them. Not quite sure why Shad, our striker, is apprehensive at this point, being 1-0 up, but he is, so something to keep an eye on. There's Tonali, who I think we had earlier in the campaign, in the save, didn't we, for a season or something, and then I think we had to sell him on. But yeah, these players sometimes come back to bite you, don't they? But a corner for them, and it goes in, but we half clear it, and then we fully clear it, and Shad will pick up the loose ball, and can we counter-attack? What was that? That was dreadful. He had nobody on him, had the opportunity to bring the ball down and set up a counter-attack for ourselves, and just rolled it out of play and miscontrolled it. Free kick again for them, which they take short and drive at us down the left-hand side of the penalty box. Can they get a cross in? Looks like they might. Oh no, they've gone to the top of the box again and working the space well, keeping the ball in a controlled possession style like we do. And now find it on the right hand side. The cross comes in. We clear it fairly well, but Tonali picks up the loose ball. Again, it goes down the left hand side and they cut it back in to Vinicius Jr. Can he find a shot? No, he can't. He keeps the ball though. And it was worked wide right. Can we get another tackle in? There's another block. Brilliant. And Gravenberch picks up the loose ball. Can we now counter attack? He's got a couple of options on his left. One on his left. Shad picks up the ball. Gundogdu comes in on the right, and the goalkeeper parries it away. But that was a good move. There was a couple of interesting choices in terms of how we chose to move the ball up the pitch, but we got there. Abando with the corner kick, but it was not a very good corner, and it was cleared comfortably. But we pick up the loose ball and build up from the back again. Here's the highlight. Now, Gravenberch, I kind of thought he would have gone right at that point to find the space earlier, but he didn't. But eventually Gundogdu picks up the ball. Decent low shot, but the goalkeeper gets down well and parries it away. But I think we're doing pretty well. We're 1-up, and we've had several highlights. You can see that most of the statistics of the game are fairly even. Gravenberch again with the ball in midfield. The threesome in midfield keep the ball comfortably, and it goes out wide, but it was a loose ball, wasn't it? And Vinicius Jr. picks up the loose ball and again drives back at us, but we hold shape quite well and pressure him inside. Henrique out to the wide right of Campo, but he loses the control on the header, and it just drifts back to our goalkeeper. But what's he now going to do with it? I was a bit concerned then as to what was going to happen then, but eventually he controlled it out to Gomez, and you could see it coming, couldn't you? You could see it. In the first instance, he messed about on the ball, and I don't quite know why. Then I know we ask him to play it out to our playmaker a lot, but surely when there's somebody right on the playmaker, you don't do it. And so the ball came back to him fairly quickly, and then he just never got his feet sorted out, and very, very poor goal to lose. And we're 1-1, which is disappointing because I think we've done quite well. Not quite the possession control that I hoped we'd have. They're obviously playing a similar style of play and doing it a little bit better in terms of keeping the ball, and they've had a few more shots. But we've coped quite well in the first half until that really, really silly mistake. So we're going to have to come in and assertively say, I'm not happy with the performance. No, unlucky boys, things just haven't gone right for us, and send them back out again, see what that does for us. Because it has been really unlucky. We've done pretty well, and then a goalkeeping error caused us no end of problems, didn't it, really? Why is he so apprehensive? I don't understand that. He should be firing on all cylinders after the summer he had. If you don't know, he plays for Austria, and they won the European Championships, and he's top scored in the competition with 8 goals in 7 matches. He should be completely full of the joys of playing football at the moment. But there we go. Gravenberch with a brilliant run. Can he get it in? He can't. He goes wide. Abando, and there's Shad, and he gets a decent header in, but the goalkeeper just manages to get a hand to it and stop it on the line and then pick up the loose ball. That was a bit better though, and hopefully that will get Shad a bit more interested in the game and less worried about stuff. But it's not, is it? So we're going to take him off in a minute because his health's going down, his conditioning should I say is going down a bit. Off the throw-in, we get a second opportunity to get the ball in, but it's picked up by Henrique, and they counter-attack on us, and Vinicius Jr. in so much space. Oh, that's so frustrating. Again, we had like 3 players back, and they were all clumped into one area, and Vinicius Jr. went, well, if you're going to stay there, I'm going to run away from you over the other side. Look at them, 3 players just in one area and not paying attention to the man. And the man powers it through Kabul again, who has not had a good game in the slightest, has he? Which is very disappointing. He's normally a bit more secure than that. So we're going to make a couple of changes now. I really don't understand why he's so apprehensive. So we're going to take him off and bring Petrella on. And then we're going to look around through the rest of our side a little bit. We've got Gundogdu not on a great rating. Neither is Siflidis, and these two are big players for us, and that's a big problem when they don't show up. We've also got a nervous Lenhoff. There's quite a lot we could change there, isn't there? What I'm going to do is I'm going to take Gundogdu off, and I'm going to put Wilson on, and I'm going to take Lenhoff off because he is nervous, and we'll put DeMarco on and see whether we can get anything from those changes. Very disappointing considering the start we've made, and even the start to this game. I meant the start for the season really, but the start for this game was good, and then it just went to pot. I'm going to pause the game and try and send out a shout to them. Which one should we do? Let's just encourage them because they all need it seemingly. What am I doing? Selecting all players, and then we'll confirm the shout, and just hopefully that for the last 5 minutes really boosts them a little bit and allows them to do something. But the second half has been very disappointing, and it looks like we're going to lose a game that we never should have lost, really. Really poor first goal to lose, wasn't it, from the goalkeeper? And then the second goal was just laughable with the defensive grouping that just forgot that they were supposed to be man marking somebody. So I'm going to assertively say you were not good enough, and try and boost them for the next game. But yeah, very, very disappointing. We'll go and see what happened with the rest of the fixtures from the weekend, and they've taken over the top spot in the Bundesliga from us, which is, very unfortunate. You can see that there's a couple more teams still to play, so that could change again in terms of who finishes top of the Bundesliga at the end of this weekend. But what can you do? I've almost had brain freeze then and couldn't figure out what else to say, because I'm just so disappointed after such a good start to the campaign. To make silly errors like that is really frustrating. But there we are, welcome to the episodes of United City Randomiser. We do reasonably well away from it at times, and normally we don't do very well on them, it feels like at times. But yeah, there we go. What can you do? Anyway, that's today's episode, however bizarre it was. Next episode, we're going to come back and we'll probably play the Dynamo Kiev game in the Europa League, check in with that early part of the season. And then the following episode will probably be the cup match or something, just to check in on all the competitions. Then later in the season, this time round, we will focus more on the Bundesliga as we go, unless we go really deep into the other cup competitions, of course. But my intention is to try and do as well as we can in the Bundesliga this year, and really see if we can challenge for the title, possibly, but at the very minimum get in the top 4. Anyway, that's for another day. Next episode, Dynamo Kiev, as I said. But that's this episode done. If you're enjoying the save, why not subscribe to the channel? That keeps you up to date with the videos, helps you out in finding the videos. If you like this particular episode, not quite sure why you would particularly, unless you like my pain, which is there for all to see. But if you did enjoy this episode, click a like on it, because that helps me get seen by other people, and that's really important to the growth of my channel. But until next time, if you're playing Football Manager yourself, let me know how your save is going in the comments below. Let me know what you're learning about your side, etc. It's always interesting to hear people's stories. But until next time, take care of yourselves, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. Thanks very much for watching this episode of the United City Randomiser save. If you enjoyed the video, then why not click on the like button, as that would really help me. If you think you know anyone who would really enjoy my Football Manager content, then feel free to share this with them. But most importantly, if you would like to join my United City here on YouTube, then hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with my video releases. If you have anything you want to say about the United City save or the channel itself, then feel free to leave a comment below, but please try and be nice with each other. That'll do for today, so until next time, stay happy and healthy, and I will see you soon.